Hi, I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Rick Dancer Television. This month we're going to take you on an Exploregon adventure. We do a live streaming program on Facebook called Exploregon the Backstories. We take you to rural Oregon, places that people don't go all the time. We introduce you to the people, the culture, the food, the recreation. Well, we recently went to the Illinois River Valley. A lot of people don't know Oregon has an Illinois Valley, but it's down by Cave Junction. And for this month, we're going to introduce you to Cave Junction, the people, the place, and what it's all about. So I hope you enjoy this. Sit back, relax. I did all the work. You don't have to do anything. Just enjoy and watch and enjoy the places in Oregon that you might not have been before. And then you should go visit them. They'd love to have you. I'm not dead. That sounds like something interesting. Hello, Exploregon. Welcome to the Illinois Valley. This is a great picture of the Illinois Valley, especially kind of the new and emerging Illinois Valley. Wine is a huge thing down here now, and we're going to visit with Forest Vineyards in just a second. But first, I want to thank our sponsors, Northwest Toyota Dealers and Toyota. Their motto is "Let's go places." So thanks to them, we can and we take you with us. We also want to thank the Rural Development Initiatives. They believe rural Oregon deserves to have a voice. So do we. Our themes line up, and they're one of our sponsors for this show. So if you tag two people in the comment section of this video and then tell us why you want to visit the Illinois Valley, you will be eligible to win a basket of wine from this area, 2 beers at the Wild River Brewery. We're going to put you up for 3 nights. 1 night in a treehouse bud and breakfast. Yes, it's a treehouse bed and breakfast, but it's on a marijuana farm. You're gonna love it. And then we're gonna put you up in Forest Vineyards. Has a really cool old 1908 house, 5 bedrooms. This is only for 2 people, but you're gonna get to stay there on the vineyard and feel like you're just part of the whole culture. What else do we have in the giveaway? 2 tickets to the Tarzan swing. We already did that. We'll show you more about that. You can go back and look at the videos. It's really scary but really fun. And then we also have a guided tour with a local geologist on a hike. He's going to take you on a hike to show you the geology here, and 2 tickets to the Oregon Caves. So what are you waiting for? When we're done here, go comment and give us 2 people that you tag of your friends. So you guys, this is Forest Vineyards, and
my name is Ted Gerber.
So walk with me and show me. So how long have you been doing this?
I bought land in the valley in 1971, moved to this ranch in 74, and started planting grapes the next year. And every year we even planted a little bit more this year in 2019.
How many acres you have?
170 acres of grapes on 400 acres of land on 3 different ranches.
So what is wine doing for the Illinois Valley?
It's creating some labor. We've got housing at the Maple Ranch, where we have a vacation rental, and we're OSHA approved for 27 people that come in here. We have an advantage over the Willamette Valley in that people beg to come here because they don't have to run up and down hills. We're mainly flat land, so it's a lot easier on the pickers. Year round we have around 18 to 20 people that work in the winery, usually at harvest, and then in the fields the rest of the year.
Okay, so Ted, explain how that PVC pipe changed the Illinois River Valley in terms of winemaking.
In the 1940s, 50s, frost would be a problem here. By the time you get to the 1960s, PVC pipe was getting cheap enough that you could put it in the ground, get pumps and ponds, turn the sprinklers on at night, and water the grapes and keep them from freezing. Grape tissue, freeze damage is tissue tearing. So if the grape tissue gets to 29.8, it starts tearing, you get damage. But if you can keep ice building up on it above that 29.8, then they're protected until the air temperature gets above that. Then you're safe. You can still have ice on it. You don't get damaged.
So you've created an industry here that, over the last 30, 40 years.
I and other people, there's now some plantings going in that are sizable, and I'm hoping that helps bring some more. When you have car dealerships off by themselves, they don't do as well. And
50,000 gallons a year?
yes.
Good night. And you guys, I got to show you this really fast. There's no need to chill your white wine.
Well, you got to chill the wine at temperature to drink.
Ted does it for you. I'm kidding. This is just part of the process, but that is frost on the outside of those.
And when you have
Yes. Well, it's like fast food. You always see them, all of them locate together. So if you have more wineries, because you have Bridgeview, and you guys support each other, you want to make sure everybody's doing well, and that brings more people to your area.
And there's some big California players that have almond money that have come in and planted hundreds of acres in this area, and they're good plantings, and I'm just hoping they don't have wineries they're selling someplace else, but I'm hoping some wineries would come to the area and see that the fruit's here for them to establish a winery.
What I will tell you, about our food is that we prepare everything from scratch. So we make sure we hire people that have the passion for making food. That's one of the ingredients. The other one, we make sure that our recipes, they use the ingredients that we tell them to use. And before we put it into the market, we make sure we test, try it. What I love about this business is the people. I'm a people person, so I love to interact with people, and I love to make people feel good.
Every month, Abe over at Ranchito Grill gives away 2 free dinners to some lucky winner. Now, all you have to do is go in there, have dinner, put your name and your phone number in the little bucket underneath Rick Dancer TV, and you will be eligible, and you might be a winner for 2 free dinners from Ranchito Grill. All right, you guys, what you're looking at is the first ever Bud and Breakfast. And that's the breakfast place. Well, that's where you're going to stay. And down in here, in a month or two, will be a marijuana garden. But it's no stranger to marijuana. So again, we want to thank our friends at Toyota and your Northwest Toyota dealers and the Rural Development Initiative for sponsoring our show. And here to talk to me and you, Michael, tell me your last name.
Michael Garnier.
And you are kind of the first guy to kind of come up with this whole treehouse concept.
I'm one of the first, yeah.
One of the first.
When I started a bed and breakfast at the resort, at the tree resort, nobody came. It was just a cabin. And so I said, well, why not try to put a tree house up there? I was going to build an adult tree house, and everybody and their kids wanted to come. So I tried something that worked. My money came back to me, so I built another one, and then that money came back, so I built another one. And in the process, I learned a lot about building tree houses, and I had a fight with the county. It's a whole long story. It's come all the way to. It's been the resort is a very family-friendly place, and so now one of the things I tried before that didn't really work was growing marijuana, and so.
Because you got in a little trouble for that too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Back in the days.
Back in the days when it was illegal. Now it's legal and everybody's doing it. Everybody thought I was crazy, but it worked. And like I said, my money came back to me, so I built another one, and now I got like 16 different units over there.
So you did have to fight the county a little bit on that.
Oh, a little bit. I've been fighting the county for 30 years going on.
You're kind of a rebel, aren't you?
Well, I
a renegade.
I mean, some people might say that, but
you're not afraid to go out on a limb.
Hey, that's right. This is on a ridge, and it overlooks these meadows. All right, and in the meadows is where the marijuana grows. So we come up off to the first platform, bridge out 40 feet to this tree house. Now we're 35 feet off the ground, and we have a gorgeous view.
And you got the bed upstairs, you got a bathroom.
Got a loft upstairs, a full bathroom downstairs. Got a kitchenette area, and like a living room with a couch that folds out into a queen-size bed.
So again, we want to thank our friends at Toyota and your Northwest Toyota dealers and the Rural Development Initiative for sponsoring our show. Hi, I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Explorigan, and we are in the Illinois Valley. And we want to focus, one of our sponsors is the Rural Development Initiatives, and they've done some work down here. They're all about giving voice and help to rural Oregon, and we're going to find out a program. It's an internship program at the high school and how it's working. Our other sponsor is Toyota and your Northwest Toyota dealers, because they believe that they want us to go places and show things like this, and so because of them, we can do that. So, all right, introduce yourself, my friend. You are?
Hey, this is Gene Merrill. I'm the College and Career Coordinator at Illinois Valley High School and the Program Director for the Josephine County Youth Pathways Partnership.
So this is really unusual for rural Oregon. You guys are kind of a first doing this.
It is. I think rural areas really need to be a little bit more innovative. We don't have the resources that larger urban areas have, and so we kind of find unique solutions to some of the problems that exist, and this was a way that we could get our youth out there in the workforce getting some real skills that they normally wouldn't be able to access.
So you're trying to show kids how to dream, one, and number two, how to see that there are jobs here and careers that they can have. They just may not be exposed to them, and this program does that for them.
Exactly. There are actually some phenomenal jobs and careers out in rural areas that students just don't have exposure to.
My name's Josh Merrill. I'm at the Doctor's Pet Hospital internship program. I'm internshipping there. I've been here for about 4 or 5 months. It's been a while.
So how has this helped you?
It helped me keep on top of my grades. I noticed that when they started slipping, I brought them back up as quick as I could, just because if you don't keep your grades up, I think it's above a C, you're not allowed to come back. Well, you can come back as soon as you get the grade up, but wanting to be here every single day and seeing surgeries and stuff like that made me really want to, keep them up. So, in some of these pictures I will show you, I actually got to help in the actual surgery. That one was a cancerous tumor removed. That one was another mass right in there that we actually ended up having to take out. Pushed all the organs and stuff over.
Firefighting, water treatment, lots of municipal careers. And so by us having a comprehensive internship program that's based on the students' interests, we can get students into these things and let them experience it before they graduate high school.
So how does it change their life?
A couple different ways. Like most rural areas, we see that attendance in schools is a huge issue. So this kind of drives kids to actually make it to school. They have a reason to come other than just the academics. It really helps the students kind of learn that there are things out there that can pay them, great wages that are accessible to them. And I think that it really drives a sense of community. The businesses start having these youth in their businesses. The students start meeting more and more people out inside the community, and so it really builds a sense of belonging with the students as well.
I always wanted to be in the military. I don't know why. It was just a weird slip. I always wanted to do that. So by being here, it really showed me, there is other options, and the cool thing about right after that is I actually got a job here.
The original internship program was started through funding by the Ford Family Foundation, and it went so well that it actually caught attention of our Josephine County commissioners, and we formed a nonprofit organization called Youth Pathways Partnership. And so it really has given us the kind of the potential for expansion a lot larger than something within our small community here. The program right now through our little high school, we have about 50 students interning, which is considerable in a high school of a little over 300 students. Our goal for this next year with countywide expansion will be actually 200 students running through an internship program. And these are full semester long, about 100 hours at work.
I graduate this year. I think I'm going to hopefully work here next year, save some money up, and I'll get my fire science degree, and then we'll see where I go from there.
You think you might want to be a vet?
I'm thinking of it. Honestly, it's getting more and more. And the more that I talk to Mel and everyone else, I really want to consider doing it more. Maybe not a vet, maybe like a vet tech. We'll see.
And the students are, as you saw, doing actual hands-on activities. Our ultimate goal is that within by the end of 2023, we'll have about 900 students go through the program. So basically, every student who graduates in Josephine County will have spent one school semester in an internship exploring potential future careers.
Future plans, yeah, I wanna leave, see what the world's like. Everyone always says that there's a road. I swear it goes past Cave Junction. So I want to do that and then probably come back and maybe raise a family here. We'll see.
We're that blue-collar neighborhood, great place to eat. It's one of those, you hear the old story. If you want to know a great place to eat, stop at the local gas station. The old days, you roll down your window and where do I get a great burger, a great steak? I'm going to go grab some roasts and bring them out, and we're going to cut some steaks. We don't get anything that's been frozen or shrink wrapped. So it comes to us fresh in a big primal and never frozen. And that's really adds to the flavor, and the juices are a lot more prevalent there. We want to make sure that we get the product after 28 days and then bring it into our back door, and we can age it then more if we need to or less, but we get a much fresher product. So that all of our steaks are at least 1 inch thick. Nothing more frustrating than going to a steakhouse and getting a thin steak. I grew up in a community where there was lots of hunting, and my dad just loved to be a butcher, so he would go in and work with the local meat processor there, learn to cut. He just showed me, and just from cutting game. So we grind all of our own burger each day. So I think Centennial Steakhouse is defined by the fresh cut USDA choice. We take it and we have seasoning that we've had that's been in existence for over 50 years. Again, it's from back my hometown, and we put on a really good hot grill and serve to you on a warm plate and a nice cold salad, big portions, and keep it simple, but keep it really good quality, good product.
One, two, three.
So again, we want to thank our friends at Toyota and your Northwest Toyota dealers and the Rural Development Initiative for sponsoring our show. Never done this before. Those guys are actors.
Oh, sh!
Again, we want to thank our friends at Toyota and your Northwest Toyota dealers, and the Rural Development Initiative for sponsoring our show.
Credibility is huge. I mean, you put the facts together and you tell the story, the complete picture, then that builds your credibility. Trust is key, because if they don't trust what it is that you're doing every single week, then they're not going to subscribe to the paper, they're not going to buy the paper, they're going to look for other sources to find the news that they want. The best way to stay informed is pick up the paper, and if it's not in the paper, let us know that it's not in the paper so we can go find who we need to get that story. It is about them. It's about the community. That's what the paper is. It's the community paper for Cottage Grove.
My name's Phil Moskos, and I'm here in Oregon. And who I am, I come from the East Coast, but grew up in my younger years in Southern Cal in the 60s, and worked every day in restaurants. Learned the trade, learned the cook and the bake and all of it.
So tell me about what you got here, the treehouse.
What I got here is this paradise, treehouse paradise. And we got tree houses over there and all along the hillside in the shade and nice and private, all about. We have 4 tree houses, and they're all different. They're all started like 15 years ago or 16 with the cottage, and did a lot of handwork there. And we have people coming in all the time from all around the world, and they enjoy it, and I enjoy giving them a nice, beautiful place to stay. And the cottage is like for 4 people. It's got a loft up top, and it's got a queen-sized bed down below. So that's called the Calypso, and that's for a couple. The other one, they all have their own baths, toilets, and hot water. So then we get over here to the Excalibur, which we just finished, and it's got its own shower and a spiral staircase, 2-story, and can sleep 8 comfortably with your children and stuff. It's real comfortable. It's got a really nice couple decks, couple balconies.
And the fourth one?
And the fourth one's back further. I'd say a couple 100 yards from here, easy. And it's the shiitake and the breakfast gourmet. Might put my touch to it, so as well as I do, and it's all fresh fruits and vegetables. Everything's pretty much local. Blueberries, I make my homemade blueberry syrups from organic berries we pick down the street, and I make caramels and things like that. And some days we have grapes, some days we have pancakes with the fruits and everything, some days we have French toast.
Daniel.
And what's the name of the store?
This is It's a Burl, and I do carving, and we did it on the road for, 6-7 years, and we were on our way to Canada here and saw this place and did a U-turn. I said, what's going on here? And we never left. That was 19 years ago. And now I'm their second carver, and my wife is the one that owns the little Indian summer shop. So, got to check it out, man.
Well, tell me what you got.
This is cut on a piece of, or carved on a piece of burl.
Oh my gosh! And you do that?
Oh yeah. This is on a piece of extremely hard redwood. It's been in the water for I don't know how many years. And it makes it really dense.
How do you know what you're gonna make?
I don't.
You just see it?
Yeah. It's just like this piece here. I think I started with a rose, and I didn't have any idea what was going to happen after that. All my pieces, that's part of the art, is it's a spontaneous thing. I have to flow with it, particularly with redwood, because you get a lot of different, a lot of variation in hardness, texture, and even grain in some cases, which can completely change your carving, and so you have to be able to flow with that and realize that the tree or the piece of wood, well, hey, was it Michelangelo? He said the sculpture is already there. That's exactly how I look at the carving. The carving, or the wood, the carving is already there, and my job is to pay attention to what it's telling me.
What is burl?
Okay, this looked like this before I did anything to it. Now, but you don't ever see this in nature because it's always got bark over it. Oh yeah, here's an example. And this will get power washed off and you end up with the burl. More what's done is that it's cut into slabs down here at our little mill, and they make tables, chairs, all kinds of stuff with it.
So obviously you need to know, is it like a growth that comes out?
It's exactly that. It's a tumor. Okay. Yeah. Have you heard of the movie Redwood Highway? We're in that movie. It's a big part of it is they stopping here.
And so Nowell Nash and his wife purchased the Cresswell Chronicle. You're from Connecticut.
Moved here from Connecticut.
You moved here. You're
My
from
wife
where?
and I are actually from Miami, Florida.
So what brings somebody from Connecticut to Cresswell, Oregon to run a small town paper?
So I spent about 30 years in newspapers all over the country, Rick. I moved from all over Florida to Alabama, Nevada, Utah, ended up at Dallas, Texas at the Dallas Morning News, and then I had an opportunity to go to ESPN, which is based in Bristol, Connecticut. So
now what did you do for ESPN?
I was the vice president of the Stats and Information Group. So any piece of data you saw publicly, a clock, a score, a statistic, on TV, the website, the bottom line, on your phone, was coming from my group.
So what do you want to do with the I mean, a lot of people think newspapers are dying, and big newspapers are having problems, but small papers actually are doing pretty well.
It's a completely different market, right? It's unique in differentiating content. It's content you can't get anywhere else unless you have a local paper. We know the larger papers aren't covering smaller communities anymore. They don't have the resources to do that. And so having a small paper and sort of being the only game in town is still a very good business model. People need information, utilitarian information. They want to read about their neighbors.
And they want somebody going to the city council meeting because they don't have time to, and telling them what's going on in there, because that's super important. As a news guy,
yes,
that's a super important thing that we are losing.
It is. And you know, we have a terrific reporter, an editor, Aaron Tierney, who sits through hours and hours of council meetings and board meetings to make sure that people are informed about the most important issues in the community.
Now, you guys are going to be putting out a survey because you want to know, there will be some changes, but you want to know what the community wants their paper to look like. So you're going to really listen to these folks.
That's right.